Alright, so I'm pretty sure most of you know about this device right here, the Essential phone, but for those of you that aren't aware of it, to make a long story short, this is the first phone released by a very young startup company led by Andy Rubin called Essential. The phone was released just a few months ago for $700, and I skipped it for the simple reason that I didn't feel that it was worth that much. However, not too long ago, Essential lowered the price to $499, and you can often find it for even less than that. So it begs the question, now is it worth it? Basically what you're getting with this phone is a very pure and clean experience. Not a whole lot going on in terms of features. You'll get this 5.7-inch Quad HD display. There's a near 85% screen to body ratio, so in terms of footprint, it's very similar in size to something like the G6 or the Pixel 2. There's also that notch at the top of the display which houses the front-facing camera. It looks pretty interesting, but I gotta admit it kinda looks cool at the same time. It is an IPS LCD display. Would OLED have been nice? Of course. It also isn't a very bright display, unfortunately, but this is still a nice looking screen. It's crisp, colors are solid, it's good. Essential also did a really good job of blending the earpiece in with the rest of the front of the phone. It sits right above that notch, and you'll probably forget it's even there. They housed a notification LED there too, which is pretty cool. Now this screen is wrapped up in some serious hardware, which I think is one of the biggest selling points of this phone. You're looking at a fully ceramic back with a titanium frame. Talk about an incredibly premium feel in the hand. And thanks to that ceramic, the back is more scratch resistant, it's heavier than glass, making the phone weigh more than you may think, and unfortunately this means there's no wireless charging. But combining that with the titanium frame, you're getting a very strong and well-built phone. In terms of software, you're looking at Android 7.1.1 as of this video, and it is pretty much pure stock Android at that. Like I said before, no crazy features or anything like that, just vanilla Android, and it's great. Now getting to those cameras, because this is where a lot of people may make their decision on this phone. There's a dual camera setup on the back, the main one being a 13 megapixel f1.9 lens, and the secondary is a 13 megapixel f2.2 monochrome lens. This of course means there's a mono feature in the camera app so you can get some neat black and white pictures, but this also means that these two cameras will work together to make pictures look better by taking two shots and then combine the information behind the two. As for what the pictures look like, they actually don't look as bad as they used to. Results have been improved thanks to a bunch of software updates that Essential has pushed out. The built-in camera application has been improved as well. It's no longer as slow as it used to be, and there is a new portrait mode which doesn't really work too well, but it is there. So while that modded Google Camera APK still helps out a good amount, it's not as heavily necessary as it used to be. It's still a nice addition though. Unfortunately, video footage does turn out to be pretty shaky. You can record in 4K at 30 frames per second. Overall, the camera experience isn't great, but it's not completely horrible either, and it is definitely better than it used to be thanks to a number of software updates and a modded APK. In terms of performance, there isn't much to say here. It'll handle daily tasks and heavy usage no problem. The battery life is pretty solid too, nothing to complain about there, especially since you can recharge the phone quickly with the included charger, which by the way is very, very nice. Stock Android is a huge plus. There's no bloatware or anything. It is super clean. The fingerprint reader works well. It's pretty quick and accurate. The bottom firing speaker gets surprisingly loud. It sounds decent. The notch doesn't bother me in everyday use. I actually kind of like it. There's also those pin contacts on the back, which are used for add-ons like the 360 camera, and as time goes on, expect Essential to release more add-ons to enhance user experience. So for $500, this is definitely one of the more solid options out there. Of course, the phone lacks things like an IP67 or 68 rating, wireless charging, expandable storage, OIS, a headphone jack, and when you slap a case on the phone, it kind of takes away from one of the biggest reasons to buy the phone in the first place. But I guess the trade-off would be the stronger materials that this phone has. All in all, the phone gets the job done. At $700, I said forget about it and move on. There are better options, but at $200 less, and sometimes even less than that, I would say it's worth a look. It's not flashy and it won't wow you with features, but you're not going to find another Android phone built quite like this one in this price range. You're also not going to find another Android phone that looks quite like this one in this price range either. It's a clean, sleek, unbranded slab of solid premium goodness. So what do you guys think of the Essential phone after the price drop? Let us know by leaving your comments down below. As always, we love to hear your feedback. But anyway, that does it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe to the Android Police channel if you haven't already. That does it for me. I'll talk to you guys later, and thank you so much for watching.